ladies and gentlemen, my wonderful agent has told me that the Atalanta board saw my amazing results at Ajax last week and decided, yeah, you know what? Let's give him a shot. So, I'm here at Atalanta. Wonderful, wonderful Italy. I love Italy. Anyway, enough of that. You don't need to know that I love for Italy. You already know I like my time here from Fiorentina, where I've done excellent with them. I had some good results at Ajax. I met the objective from the board at Girona. We don't talk about Wolves or Man United. I mean, I think those two were sinking ships, regardless. But anyway, this squad is incredibly good. I'm surprised it's struggling. So they play a 4-2-3-1. It's the same sheet formation as Amram, but it's actually much better than Amram's one because it's not Amram doing it. But look at this squad. Carnacci, fantastic goalkeeper. The centre backs, like, they're very good. They're all very good. The midfield, oh my goodness, man, this is class. Like, the wing backs, they're actually wingers. Well, except because they used to be a full back, but now he's a winger. They could probably do with an upgrade or two. But then look at the attack. Like, the attack's fine. Like, Skamaka as a striker is grand. Like, look at the two fantastic players he has behind him. So I thought, how can I make this team better without disrupting too much? And because I don't want to change the tactics, so I thought, if we go for a potential target man striker like Valdemada, he's the only one that I could really think of. And then we have an option for right wingers. We've got Nidai and we've got the GOAT, Anthony, as options for the right side. And then for the left side, we've got Berenguer and Grealish. Very mixed match of stuff now. I'm not sure if Grealish will actually come to us because he is on loan, but I can give it a shot and see what happens. Just have to wait for my scouts to get back to me and see what they think of the plan. In terms of tactics, it's pretty much standard. Like, we've got a false 9 there. If I'm able to get Voltemada, that will be changed to a target forward. But the rest of the spot, I'm actually happy enough with everyone staying as they are because it just works so well, I think. In terms of how we're doing in the league, because usually I show the league table, but in this case we're only 8. Like, yeah, okay, right, we're 11 points behind Europa League, or 8 points behind in the Conference League. We want to get into the Champions League spots, and it turns out that is also 11 points away from us. So we're not doing too bad. Like, the title is, what, 39 points, so we are 14 points off the title. We could win the league if everything went in our favour. Now, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for Champions League football. The board, they want Champions League football as well, although they would reluctantly settle for Europa League. However, I'm here, I'm deciding what's a failure and what's not, and that is Champions League football. As usual, we show the first match, the first one being simmed, and then we're going to go month by month. And of course we draw, which, look, there's casualties in war and all that. Unfortunately, we have lost Jamid City on a free transfer to Fiorentina. So unfortunately, we won't be having him next season, but I did try to negotiate. He wasn't interested. Obviously, he doesn't like my management style or whatever, but he will still be playing in the heart of defence for me this season. Right, unfortunately, we have failed to get Nick Voltemada. A lot of these players, I've got a budget of 53 million. I'm not sure if I can get all of these. It's pretty much one or the other at the moment, so we'll try to go for Nidai and see what happens. Okay, we've agreed a swap deal for Nidai. We're going to be getting rid of Sadakowski. I think that's how you say the guy's name. And we're going to get in Nidai, and that's what you want to hear. There we go, that deal is done. So, what a brilliant signing. So that is a massive upgrade on the right side of the pitch. Unfortunately, that is pretty much all of our money. Saluski is just who we're leaving, or losing. Upgrading over, whatever way you want to put it. Is it a good deal? Well, I mean, not really. But we've got 10 mil left to spend. I don't think we're going to get anyone that's going to be able to upgrade the team as well as that. So we're just going to have to deal with the team like this. So, how did we do in January without our signings? Because remember, we only got the signings on deadline day. So let's have a look. We took over from Bologna, so that was the 1-1 draw there. We beat Torino, we beat Pisa, we beat Parma, and then we lost both games in the Champions League. Now, we still went through, and I will show the table for that. We still ended up going through, thankfully. In the league, we started in 8th. We are now 7th. How far are we off the top spot? We are 56. We've somehow... it's I don't know how this happened, but we're now 19 points off the title. We were 9. Were we? No, we were 11. We were 11 points off the title. We are now 19. I don't understand. We won every game. Anyway, not important. Not important. The title is what we're looking for. Champions League is a big goal. We have got a playoff game against Athletic Club, who, as you saw, beat us 1-0. We finished 13th. We started off in 8th, and we just slipped. We regressed, unfortunately. We couldn't really get much out of the group stage there. But look, it's fine. We're grand. Going into February, we should be fine. I'm not sure if we have a Champions League game or not. Oh, we do. Okay. We've got Napoli, Lazio. Jesus Christ. It's a busy month. Let's see how we do. Right, pretty pissed off here. We got a quick win, the quick time events, whatever the fuck you call them. And we got an injury to our goalkeeper. And Hines, our centre backs. And that ruined our season. Let's have a look. We won all the games except for the cup game against Juventus. Right, that's not important. We won 2-0 against Bilbao in the Champions League. Beat Napoli. Then the day before the second leg against fucking Bilbao, we get that injury and we lose 3-0. We're knocked out of the Champions League. If we had had Canadecci in goal, we would have been fine. We would have gone through. He's gone for 9 days. And it was Jim City that done it, sorry. Not it wasn't Hine, it was Jim City. He's sabotaging us. He sabotaged our Champions League run. I am convinced we would have been fine had he not gotten in the way. But we can't dwell on this. There's no point complaining. We're out of the Champions League. I do think we should have gone further, but look, it is what it is. It just means that, especially being out of the cup, we just have the league to focus on. I'm not going to show the league. We're going to see April because a bit of negativity. I don't want to see the league in case it's negative. We're just going to try stay in a positive mindset, think positive. Let's see how we do in March. Alright, let's see how we done for March. And we have finally lost a league game. This took me, how many league games? 12, 13 to lose one? Again, we're doing brilliant in the league. It's not the same as Ajax and Fiorentina. We do brilliantly in the league. It's just the cups where we struggle a little. But I think it's time we have a look at the table. We are 5th. Okay, we're 5th. We are 6. We are 17 points off the title. And we only lost one game in the league. We've won every other one. So I'm not too sure how the gap grew by so much. We didn't even have... in fact, we were the ones that had a game in hand. So I'm kind of unsure how the fuck they're calculating this league. But anyway. We are 6 points off Champions League football. We currently have Europa League. Although we are drawn with the Conference League, it's just goal difference that's keeping us out at the moment with Roma. But we should be getting European football, especially with the gap between us and Como. So, positive thinking, positive mindset is working. Going into April, we've got some big games here, especially that one against Roma. I'm expecting us to pick up at least 9 points out of 12, if not, the full 12. Okay, let's see how we do. The Atalanta board are kind of getting a bit nervous with me there. That's starting to worry me a little. Let's see what we've done in April. We lost to Juventus, but we won every other game, so we got the minimum amount that I was expecting. But I think losing to Juventus isn't a bad thing. But unfortunately, that does mean we are struggling to beat them here for that Champions League spot. There is a bit of breathing space between us and Roma. It's only 2 points, but there's a little bit of breathing room. It's not the same at the points anymore. We got to push. We got to hope that Napoli and Juventus, or one of those two, slip up to let us in there. But we have to be on our A game here. But we've definitely recovered the season, I think. As long as we don't fuck up May. We have a tendency to destroy ourselves in May. In a lot of my management jobs that I have. So let's see how we do for May. Well, we done shit in May. As usual, we self-destruct in May every job I have be self-destruct. But we only lost 2 games in the league. Sorry, 3 games in the league. We only lost 3 games in the league. We only drew 3 games in the league as well. We won every other one. So again, our league performance is good. It's just unfortunate that we collapsed. And our collapse meant that we got Conference League football. Oh my god. What is it with May just being cursed? May is cursed. I wouldn't mind. Yet again, it's the same as Ajax. Where my league performance, my win rate is so high. It is so high. But unfortunately, our cock up in May, where we get our draws and our losses, ruins the run that we had in the league. Like, we were pushed for Champions League up until May. Is this a success? Well, we did get them European football. They weren't in European spots when we took over. It's very disappointing considering I was aiming for Champions League football. The board would have accepted Europa League. I got them Conference League. I wasn't planning on staying anyway, but that's very disappointing. Yet again, May ruins us. I don't understand what's going on. I do think if we had Canadecci in the Champions League there for that second leg against Bilbao, we would have been fine. I think that would have given us a good boost. Anyway, some stats for you. De Ketelaere was our most played player. He was also our top goal scorer as well, probably most for assists. Yep, okay, so he was just our best player outright. And in terms of clean sheets, it was Canadecci, which is fair enough. My only signing, Nadai, got 6 goals, 1 assist, so he was okay. He was okay. Probably could have been better. But look, it is what it is. With that, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be invited back to Italy anytime soon, because that was very poor. But anyway, there is one club that desperately needs my help, and they will happily take anything above the relegation zone. We should just gonna have to wait till next week to find out what team my agent has got me a job at.